Good morning, traders. It's been a bit of a whippy session coming through markets. If you look on an intraday basis, there's not really been any kind of trend coming through. No one's really been prepared to take any kind of major risks, just massaging positions ahead of this. What could be a very influential CPI number that comes out in US trade today. I think the fact is the market's looking for 6% on core and they're looking for 8.1% on the headline number there. So if you get a 7 handle on the headline number, if we get a 5 handle on core numbers, then of course the market, I think if you're long tech, if you started to have a little nibble at some equity, then I think you'd probably get a relief rally playing through there. I think people obviously who are long dollars may take a little bit off the table there, obviously depending on what happens in rates markets on the back of that. But that's something that people are looking at. If you have a look at US futures, for example, we traded through yesterday's low, 39.70. We found some support, but we just really can't get too much of a wriggle on. Some people have attributed this to Loretta Mester's comments. The Fed don't rule out 75 basis points and that potentially could look to sell mortgage-backed securities. I don't put too much weight on those comments, to be honest. I think the fact that the Fed potentially could sell mortgage-backed securities is something that most people have been sort of toying with and putting into their sort of projections and distribution of outcomes further down the line anyway. So that's an interesting one. But I think if you have a look in the bond market, you have seen some buyers, yields have come down, but break-even rates going into this expected inflation have moved down quite precipitously, and that's meant that real rates have moved up quite sharply. Specifically on 2-year real rates, they've moved up very, very sharply indeed. Now I think that's put a bid into the US dollar. The US dollar is rallying against all currencies in the G10 complex, bar the Swedish krona. So we're seeing good buying against the Kiwi dollar, we're seeing good buying against the Noki, which of course has had that extra headwind of a lower oil price coming through. But gold prices are finding some sellers on the back of what we're seeing in real rates and the stronger dollar. We're testing that 200-day moving average at the moment. We've made that lower low, but they can't find a friend at the moment. That may change depending on what happens with CPI, and let's see what happens with the bond market going forward. Euro dollar, finding good buys coming down into 105.26, but can that last in this environment? Something we're watching at the moment. And as we go into the Asian trading session, we are seeing some buyers of tech, and it looks like we're in for a bit of a flat open coming through in Asia today. So obviously all eyes on the CPI number today.